Hey there, Vernacular Faithful. Redcoat here. I am at Proto ATL, the board game development convention. It's for prototypers and aspiring designers, as well as experienced ones, to meet, commiserate, and share ideas, be inspired, and all of that good stuff. So I have with me.
Drew Laborn, sorry, designer of Wrath of the Overlord, an upcoming one versus many deck building game. Basically, where a group of fantasy adventurers try to take down an evil overlord. Basically, they're trying to defeat all the overlord's bosses before time runs out, and the overlord's trying to kill them all for doing something so foolish, or
Huh,
attempting something so foolish.
all right, cool, cool. You mentioned before we got started. This is like your first, or
Yeah, it's my first game. I've been working on it for a while. I think I started in summer 2018 when I got out of college, and then I got a job, and then I did not work on it as much, but we're back on it now.
yeah, no, like you do. It's like you got. Usually, what I've seen the pattern is you start out as a part-time warrior, right? And then eventually, if you hit, then you go, you become full-time warrior. But it takes time.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so 2018, so it's 2025. That's 7 years.
Something like that. Yeah,
7 years. Yeah.
almost.
Lucky number seven. Maybe this will be this is your year, man. This is
Hopefully,
your
yeah.
year.
Yeah, I'm trying to talk to some publishers, but we'll see how that goes here.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah. But yeah, with that in mind, so what inspired you to make this?
well, a little known game came out in 2018 where you destroy some kind of like to kill a building or something. Long story short, I like the concept of that game, but I had problems. I was like, oh, I can do this better, and so I tried to, and it's like it just kind of works. So it not works. Definitely didn't work immediately, but I was like, oh, like this is interesting. And I just kept going, and then here we are, right?
Yeah, yeah. Iteration over time. I mean, that's a big part of that's a big part of this whole thing. So, your experience here at Proto ATL, what do you think? How have you liked it? How have you liked it?
Oh, I've come here for the past 3 years. One as a playtester, two as a designer. It's great. It's one of the best places that I've ever seen for like coming to test your own game and also like just seeing like a crazy amount of other like unpublished games. It's literally just almost all playing games of some kind, and there's some panels and whatnot. There's 90% playing games, pitching to publishers, stuff like that. Lots of opportunities for networking and whatnot. I've seen people here that I've seen here last year, but also at like two or three other conventions around the country, right? So it's a big coming together of that kind of side of the industry.
Nice, nice. And so you've gotten a little bit of exposure. You've seen a lot. You've learned a few things about the industry. So, um, I know it might be a big ask, but one big thing that you feel you learned while you were out here today.
That I should check the schedule earlier because I didn't realize there was limited slots for a basically publisher speed pitching event and I didn't realize that until I showed up at the door. So yeah, that was definitely something I should have signed up for. But here we are.
Oh yeah, no, Monica will love you for saying that.
Mhm.
Yeah, be on time.
Yep, that too.
But yeah, so the speed pitch thing. So tell me a little bit about. Were you able to meet anybody that were going through that one?
So I wasn't able to get the actual speed pitch. Well, the I think it was called publisher speed dating thing. It was last night. This morning I was able to kind of last minute squeak into they having a game found like competition for like pitching your game and potentially getting a prize of ad spend on game found and whatnot if you use their platform. Which obviously is a great prize, like $1,000 worth of ad spend, something like that.
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
I'm not sure if I did the best, but I figure if nothing else, the five judges will now know about my game. I'm sure some of them work in the industry, right?
Oh yeah. No, I mean that's the first thing. The first thing is you got to get your idea out there. Let the world tell you whether it's good or bad,
Yeah.
and then decide whether or not you take that advice. Because sometimes they're like, "This is bad," and you're like, "You don't see it yet, but I do."
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's also trying to find your audience and making sure that you're getting feedback from the right people, right?
Yeah, yeah.
For sure.
No, that's one of the great things here. We got so many experienced designers here who can just kind of give their insights and everything.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even for example, in the competition thing I just did, there was a guy 2 tables down from me that had a very similar theme to my game, and some similar mechanics. He was like, "I want to play your game now." I was like, "Well, I'm definitely playing yours because we might as well see what everyone else is doing in this space."
Yeah, and I think that's one of the other things that I think it's interesting because I see this for some creatives where they're really afraid to put their idea out there because they're worried like people stealing it and that sort of thing. But I feel like at least in this industry, it seems like it's a lot better to be open and let people kind of because then you get a lot of feedback and everything, and it feels less zero sum. It feels more like it's like we're all here to raise everyone up.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the standard industry wisdom or whatever is like, it's very natural to try to hold your secrets very close to you in terms of like what game you're making and whatnot. But in reality, the reality is that the more people that know that you made this game, the more protection you have if someone somehow, that doesn't happen. But like if someone somehow does steal, like, no, I knew this guy. Like, I saw him at conventions 2 years ago. He was playing this game. Like, what
Yeah,
happened?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
No, exactly, exactly. And I think that's one of the big things because that's also I think a big part of the modern gaming landscape is there's and you'll hear it from the guys at GameFound in particular. They talk about the idea of social proofing,
Mhm.
where the more people that know about your title and are eagerly anticipating it showing up, that's how you actually get to the point where you can either self fund or prove to a publisher is like, yes, when this goes on the stales, it's going to sell, and you're going to make some fat stacks.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, obviously, we don't like depending on who you are, of course, but some people don't like to think about the money aspect of it, but it's of course a very important part of the ecosystem. Assuming you do want to like sell it in some kind of large scale, right?
Oh yeah.
Obviously, you can crowdfund and sorry, obviously you can like print and play and do other like actually free avenues, but that's your market is just naturally going to be significantly lower. And the question is, are you okay with that?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean that's the thing. It's like either if you sell to a niche, then you keep your development costs down, and
Hmm.
all you need to do is reach to that niche and meet the needs of the people.
Exactly, yeah, or at least tell them what needs they have that they didn't realize they had yet.
Yeah, yeah.
Marketing.
Exactamente. Exactamente. You never knew that you always wanted this thing.
Yeah. It's like, oh, bread, meat, but if you put them together, sandwich, something like that.
Sandwich. And then we put some PB&J on that. Actually, wait. Bread meat PB&J. Oh, that's terrible. I have created a travesty, or have I?
And that's why we're here, right? But yeah.
All right. Well, I think this has been a grand time. I really appreciate you coming out here
Mhm.
and giving the interview. So, where can people find information about your stuff?
Long story short, I need to do a better job of making that available. But
All right, all
I
right.
hope to put up a BGG page pretty much clues after this convention. The name of my game is called Wrath of the Overlord. I have a Facebook group. I'm working on some other things, but right now, unfortunately, it's not very easy to find. But soon we'll have
Yeah.
it easier to find. I hope.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no. Take your time. Focus on getting the product to a point where you feel like you're super jazzed to show it to people,
Yeah.
and then start a Discord channel.
Yeah, I've already got one, but it's very private, right? It's a playtesting server. But I guess the other thing is like, if I win the competition, maybe you'll see me on GameFound pretty soon. Who knows?
Ah, well, you heard it here first. First, he's gonna win. He's gonna win. Totally, it's gonna happen.
I suspect not, but we'll see.
All right, you have a wonderful rest of your day here.
Mhm.
I appreciate you coming on and play the games you want to play, boyos. This is Redcoat signing off.
Yep.